Hello, it's James Caldwell, the Pearland Guitarist, and welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm comparing two Les Pauls that I have. Let me show you the other one here. How's that? Two Les Pauls. Oh man, these are heavy. Do not do this. This is a 2013 Future Tribute. This is a 2018 Les Paul Standard High Performance. Let's talk about the 2013. I picked this little beauty up at Southpaw Guitar Shop in Bel Air, Texas. That's in the greater Houston area. And down here in Pearland, I'm also in the greater Houston area, so it's about a 45-minute drive from where I'm at to the Southpaw showroom. But it is a wonderful place if you are a lefty guitarist. As I said, this is a 2013 Future Tribute model. And I saw it on Southpaw's Facebook page back in 2013 when it first came in, and I saw the picture of it, and they had very smartly just shown the body and part of the neck, not the headstock. I'll get to that in a minute. But I loved the zebra pickups and the fact that it's a relatively stripped down Les Paul and it's under $1,000. And I thought, I've got to have that guitar. And actually I went down there just a few weeks after seeing that picture and I bought it. They had two of them in stock at that time, as I recall. And I played a bunch of other Les Pauls while I was there, trying to tempt myself into something more expensive. But came out with the one I went in for, which was this. And I love this guitar. It's great. It is a proper Les Paul. It has a mahogany back. It has a carved maple top. It lacks binding on the body or the neck. But it does have the nice trapezoid inlays on the fretboard. And I do believe this is a true rosewood fretboard. Mahogany neck. The pickups are 57 Classics, which is another reason I wanted this guitar. I've always been a Stratocaster player, and I've owned a couple of Gibsons over the years, but at the present time, before I bought this, I only had my Stratocaster. And I had thought if I ever get a Les Paul, I want to get one with 57 Classics in it. And I love the sound of them. They're really nice, very mellow, very vintage sounding. Some odd appointments on this guitar are that the volume and tone control knobs are these aluminum knurled knobs. I think they look really cool. And, you know, it's metal. It feels great. It's not plastic. The other odd feature is the tuners, which this one sports Steinberger tuners. And a minute ago when I said that they were very smart not to include the headstock in the picture, but just to show you this much, this could be a turnoff for some people, and it certainly was for me at first, these odd tuners, but honestly, they work better than the standard Grover or Clouson style tuners. They're so smooth. Just really smooth to turn and very precise. This guitar also sports a black Corian plec cut nut. That's a mouthful, but basically it's a Corian nut and it's cut by machine. So that's a good thing. The input jack plate down here is plastic. And one of the corners, there's 4 screws in here, and one of the corners has already broken off. And it's not because I dropped it or banged it or anything like that. It is just with time and temperature changes. I see a crack next to this other screw over here too. It's just a cheap part and it's going to eventually disintegrate, unfortunately. It does have plastic pickup rings and they're in great shape. And it has the poker chip plastic rhythm treble labels on there. And it looks like a rubbery tip to the switch. But it's a basic Les Paul, 2 humbuckers, 2 tones, 2 volumes. There's no tapping, splitting, or anything funny going on under the hood. Also, this guitar, surprisingly, sports a modern weight-relieved body. I didn't realize that at the time. And it also has an asymmetrical slim tapered neck. And this neck feels really good. I love to just pick this up and play it unplugged, if you will. Feels great. talk about the 2018 model now. Now this is a guitar that I purchased online, and I have a video, an unboxing video, all about that. I bought this in 2019, and it's a 2018 model, so it's one of the last ones available, which is why the price was so low. But having owned the 2013 model for 6 years already, I had often thought about upgrading to a more substantial Les Paul. In other words, one with a prettier top, with the binding on the body and neck, and just other nice appointments that make a Les Paul expensive. When these popped up on sale, the last of the 2018s, I snatched this one up. And it is a beautiful instrument, AAA flame maple top. Of course, it does have a mahogany back and a mahogany neck. Now, some strange features on this guitar are that there is a belly cut here, which is kind of unusual for a Les Paul. They have this high access heel joint. It's all scooped away here where the neck meets the body. It's kind of cool. I don't mind playing the other one. I wouldn't have minded if it just had a standard neck and body joint there, but you know, it's there. It also does have push-pull volume and tone pots for coil splitting or tapping. And these other ones also will, if you are in single coil mode, you can pick the inner coil or the outer coils. And then also one of them puts the pickups in phase or out of phase. So a lot of tonal choices there. I generally play it with everything pushed down, which turns it into a standard old Les Paul with 2 humbuckers. That's really the best it can sound. This one also has an odd set of tuners on it. It came with the G-Force tuners. And it's an automatic tuning system, you know, and it really works very well. It's one of those features that I could take or leave. And honestly, I'm happy with it. It's very easy to just pick up the guitar, push the button on the back. You can't see what's happening here, but everything's lit up. Give it a strum. Let it tweak the strings. Now all the lights went off. That doesn't sound too good. That sounds good. Anyway, it's also great to play unplugged. This guitar also has a genuine rosewood fretboard and the trapezoid inlays, and it's quite nice. Oddly enough, the rosewood on this guitar is quite a bit lighter in color than the one on the Tribute model I have there. Oh, one thing about this Les Paul that is great is that it has this titanium nut along with a 0 fret. And so the strings cross over the nut, and then there's a little lip that comes up, and that's your 0 fret. That would be the edge of the nut. And what's great about this is, well, it's adjustable. There's 3 Allen screws in there. I haven't touched it since I got it, but it is adjustable. What's great about it is one common problem you have with a Les Paul, at least my experience has been, and I think it's pretty universal, because of the angle of the strings coming across here. That 3rd string is at a fairly steep angle going back to the tuning post. It's also angled down as the headstock comes back. But if you tune that 3rd string G to pitch, and then you're noodling away here, and the 3rd string gets bent a lot, this one stays relatively close to being in tune. Let me compare that to the black Corian nut on the 2013. Whoa, that's already really flat. Let's call that G. I can tell it's a little flat already. And with this guitar, I often will just reach over and push on the string on the outside of the nut. And it's back to G again. You hear that? It gets stuck in the nut slot. It just, I guess it pinches, or it's just the angle of the strings. Da-da-da. And it drives me crazy playing this guitar, but generally you just can tune it up a little sharp and bend it, and it'll kind of stay there for a while. Eventually it may go sharp on you if you do that trick. There's a look at my two Les Pauls, the 2013 Future Tribute, 2018 Standard High Performance model, and I look at the similarities and differences. One thing I'll mention is that when I got this guitar, and I knew that it had ultra modern weight relief, it's listed on the specs, it felt lighter than this one. I never really had them out at the same time. I would play one or the other, but every time I'd pick up this guitar, I would say, oh yeah, this is heavier. And it was really not true, because I went to weigh them, and it turns out this one is a few ounces heavier than this one. And I was really baffled. Then I looked up the specs on the old 2013 Tribute model, and this one also has modern weight relief in the body. It still seems surprising that this is the lighter one, because this one has all the extra wood cut away from the belly cut and the high access hill joint here. Just maybe it's not that much wood removed, but there's less wood here, and still this one's heavier, and that surprised me. But it's okay. They're not too different in weight. As a matter of fact, I'm going to weigh them right now, and I'll give you those numbers. Here is the 2013 Les Paul Future Tribute, 8.58 pounds. So that was 8.58 pounds for the 2013 Future Tribute. I need to get that rope off of there. Or 3.89 kilograms. Now let's weigh the 2018 High Performance model. 8.80 pounds. So we get 8.80 pounds for the 2018 High Performance model, which is the same as 3.99 kilograms, just under 4 kilograms. Not much difference, but this is slightly heavier. Well, the whole point of this video was to help me decide which one of these guitars I'd want to get rid of. The intention of purchasing this one was to replace that one. I would put it up for sale or trade it for something else, but I still have it after several months. And honestly, I love playing that guitar, but I don't need two of them. As a matter of fact, I really don't play electric guitar that much at the present time anyway. I'm very much into classical guitar. So having two Les Pauls is a bit ridiculous for somebody like me. One or the other, or both, may be up for sale on Reverb soon. So if you're a lefty looking for a good Les Paul, I would let either one go for a reasonable offer. And if I do put one up for sale on Reverb, I'll put a link in the description. At the present time, I don't have any sale going on though. But you never know what the future holds. Thanks for joining me today and for checking out my two Les Pauls. I'd appreciate it if you gave me a like and if you'd subscribe to my channel. Stay tuned for more guitar-related videos. Until next time, I'm James Caldwell.